So this phone can airdrop to an iPhone. This is the Poco X8 and it's living proof that you don't have to spend that much on phones nowadays to get a comfortable and good experience. And even just this base model from the X8 series is actually good enough for daily use for consumers like you and me. So let's dive on this phone right now. First up is the build quality and design of this phone. Comparing it to the X7 Pro, this one definitely had some significant improvements. You now have an aluminum frame with a glass back compared to the plastic version of the X7 Pro, and to sum it all up, it generally feels like an iPhone right now with a bigger screen. And I'm not lying when I say that because I have both of those right now and I'm holding them and it really feels good and really feels like an iPhone as well, but with just a bigger screen. And one of the reasons why I chose getting this over the Max version is simply because this is more compact to the Max version. Not as compact as the iPhone, but at least this feels a lot better in hand. Plus, this is already quite heavy, and I can just imagine the Max being a lot heavier. As for the display, you get a 120Hz AMOLED display that's quite capable enough even to be used in max brightness outdoors. As for specs, we have the MediaTek Dimensity 8500 Ultra in here, and you have the option to go with either 8 gigs or 12 gigs of RAM, plus 256 gig or 512 gigs of storage. What I have here is the 8x256, and personally, that already is enough for me. But if you're planning to download a lot of games, especially AAA title with big files, then maybe the 512 gig version is the one for you. The 8500 Ultra inside of this is definitely capable enough of doing your everyday activities in a phone. May it be with your menial tasks, work tasks, and even hard gaming on this phone can surprisingly adapt. Next, let's talk about the battery and battery life experience that I've had with this phone while using it for over a week. Well, this phone is somewhat heavy because it's carrying around 6,500 milliamps worth of battery. And for that battery life experience, I do have some features on, like the AOD, the backlight, and even allowing some apps to run the background freely, because why would they add those features if you're gonna deprive yourself of features that came with what you paid for? Am I right? My first 2 days of using this phone was a bit disappointing. The battery didn't seem to last until the afternoon, but I found out that the phone is adjusting and calibrating itself while I'm using it. So my third day moving forwards, the phone definitely lasted the whole day and some extra, with me just having to charge once a day for this phone. You won't really have any complaints with listening on the speaker on this because it is quite loud and it's a good pair of stereo speakers. Finally, let's talk about the cameras on this phone. At the back, you get a 50 megapixel wide paired with an 8 megapixel ultra wide, while the front is a 20 megapixel selfie camera. The back camera does take good photos. However, in my opinion, from time to time, it does take photos that have too much contrast on them, making it a little bit too dark for my liking. As for the video, I did a handheld walking test and I can see that it is somewhat stabilized, but you can still see the bounces and breathing, making the video a tad bit blurry whenever it bounces. Also, though I think this can be fixed by a software update, I noticed that the camera lags or stutters a lot, which is definitely a negative point for it. Though hopefully it is solvable by a software update. Also, I noticed that for the front camera, if you're taking photos, it's fine. But when you're taking videos, the colors appear to be dead or pale. So expect that you might be a little bit too pale when taking videos on the selfie cam of this phone. So that's my take on the Poco X8 Pro. Definitely a good daily driver, but I do hope they fix the camera issues that I've noticed this phone has. I'll see you on the next one.